What's going on, everybody? David here from Bluckers Videos and Toys, and today we are going to be taking a look at the brand new Godzilla x Kong New Empire action figures. Kong with Beast Glove and Skar King with Whiplash by Playmates Toys, and this is all part of the brand new movie from the Monsterverse. And so really excited to see this film. And if you haven't seen my previous review on the Godzilla with Heat Ray and Evolved Godzilla, please check that out. And so these are the next set that's up to review. With that being said, this is your basic style packaging for the basic figures for Godzilla x Kong, the New Empire. And so now we are going to open these up and take a closer look at them. Alright, first up we got Kong with the Beast Glove, which stands for Bio-Enhanced Atomic Seismic Thunder Glove. I think that's how you pronounce it. But and also it comes with a little accessory, a ship called the Biomech Heave, or Biomimic Heave, should I say? Not mech, but mimic. Which is really cool, though. I'm glad that he was able to get a little accessory. And I must say, this figure is a heavy figure. I think this is a heavier figure than the previous Kong figures that we got for the Godzilla vs. Kong line that Playmates did. But yeah, this is a little bit more weighty, you know. So I don't know if it's the arm. This arm has anything to do with it, but it's more so the main body, you know, without the arms and the head and stuff. The torso and everything. It is heavy. Alright, so that being said, let's go ahead and take a closer look at the little ship that it comes with. Like I said, this is the Biomimic Heave, and looks really cool. You know, it's just a solid gray piece of plastic with a lot of detail, but no paint apps or anything. So, but it's a nice little detail and everything. So I really do like the fact how they sculpted this thing and everything. So not much to it. You know, like I said, it's just a little accessory that comes with it, as a little ship. So I do like the fact that we get these included too as well, so we can add it to our collection. So anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and set this thing aside and take a look at Kong itself. So like I mentioned earlier, he is a weighty figure. Pretty sure this is, well, no. I was going to say they probably just did a lot of reuse from the reused parts. But they probably did use the same moldings, but it has a lot more texturing to it than the previous figures that we got. So the head sculpt looks a lot better compared to the previous ones. A lot more detailed. As far as the eyes go, it looks like on this side the eye is either looking sideways or looking directly at you. But this eye looks more so it's like looking forward. So it's a little uneven right there. So it's kind of a little wonky, as you could tell that eye is looking a little sideways there. But as far as the facial expression, as far as his roar goes, it looks good. You know, texturing to the fur, you know, the back, and just a lot of texturing right here. You know, there's a lot more detailed, a lot more finer detail, should I say. So I really like that a lot. So there's the back side, the legs, the butt, the back of the arms, then the front. You get a little bit more scarring right there, because you know previously, you know, that was pretty much the main scar that he got in front. And then since he battled Godzilla, he got a brand new scar here going across on the opposite side. So, and then as far as the Beast Glove, looks really good. A lot of detail. You could tell they kind of skimped out on some paint when it came to certain parts of the arm and hands. But I do like the fact that they actually did paint this silver. They could have just went the route and just left everything all yellow, you know, everything. But they was able to add a little bit of silver paint right there. And then as far as the Elboy, Elboy, Elboy. There you go. I said it again. The elbow portion of the Beast glove. You know, they could have kept that whatever and then not painted silver, but they did. So I'm glad they did that. But as far as the other aspects of the glove, of course, you know, you got the VT61 right there, HT42 printed out on both sides. And then as far as the hands go, they painted over the fur a little bit in between the fingers. And then they left out some of the paint right there on the side of the hands. And then they didn't bother to paint the strapping part as well. So, but other than that, for the most part, they added a lot of paint to the glove. You know, even though they skipped out on the sides a little bit, they could have just dabbled in the fur a little bit right there. And then here at the bottom, they skipped out on the yellow paint there as well. But like I said, for the most part, it looks really good. But then here, yeah, like I said, they could have left it like that on that side, but they didn't. But you know, we don't have silver paint there, or we don't have any paint for the straps as well. So they left all that detail unpainted. So basically, the underside is unpainted, and then a little bit on the side of the hands and the straps are also unpainted. So, but beggars can't be choosers, you know. At least we got a little bit of silver there, so that's a plus. But other than that, the details vastly improved as far as from the previous figures. So as far as the way of articulation, just like the rest, more importantly, we didn't get the battle damage either. So this was included, so there was no point in adding the battle damage. They probably could have added it on this side, but they didn't. So, and also, I think some people were happy that they didn't have the battle damage shoulder. But yeah, so as far as the way of articulation goes, the head goes side to side. It's on a ball joint and hinge because it can go up and down, just up a little bit and then down, you know, not much at all. But then as far as the shoulders and arms go, they're on a ball and hinge. They go out and go forwards and backwards, forwards and backwards. So you rotate. And then on the elbows, it's just a basic ball and just basic hinge at the elbow. So it's a single movement going forward and backwards, but you can go side to side. And then of course you got that wrist rotation here as far as the arm goes here. So you can go all the way around with the wrist right there. You can't do so here on this one. So this is one solid piece. So, but I'm kind of surprised that you can't. So yeah, this is like those solid hinge right there, but I don't think you can do. You can barely do a little bit of elbow movement right there, but not much. I think it's just due because of the way the molding is right there. Gets in the way, so, but you can do a whole lot of movement right there. So, and then as far as the waist goes, there's no waist movement at all, even though it kind of looks like it does, but there is no waist movement because of that cut. And if there is, I mean, I can't do it because it's like basically solid piece right there. So, as far as the feet goes, the ball and hinge right there. So go that way, in and out. You got that, and then forwards and backwards. And then as far as the go there, you can go out like right there. And then here you got the single knee joint. So that's about it as far as legs go. But you got lots of articulation to work with Kong here. He's a lot more mobile and articulated than Godzilla is. So this is a lot of articulation for a kid's toy. So which is, you don't see that these days. Because a lot of times most of these figures are like 4 to 5 POAs, 6 at the most maybe, give or take. You know, unless of, you know, it's like the Legacy collection for Mattel's Jurassic World and stuff like that, then their human figures and stuff are going to have a little bit more articulation. But as far as like a basic line like this is a lot of articulation for a particular figure, for a figure, you know, even if it is a Kong. But as far as comparisons goes, we'll go ahead and bring out Kong with the battle axe. As you can tell, the texturing is a whole lot better compared to what we got with the first round. You can tell it's a lot more furry right there. Here, you know, there is texturing, there's fur texturing, but it's not as detailed as the previous line. And then look at the head sculpt. The head sculpt is way vastly different, you know, compared to that roar compared to this. So vastly different. That's night and day right there. So it's a very vastly improved, you know, as far as detail goes. And like I said, this is a lot more heavier than this one. This is a heavy figure, but it's not as heavy as this one. And then you can tell with the scarring right there, and they added the new scar right there because of his battle with Godzilla. So a lot more damage here in the chest area than this one. He's also a lot more defined as far as muscle structure goes. So as far as articulation, it's pretty much the same thing. You pretty much get the same articulation that you got with the previous line. So not much there as far as that has changed. But as far as the molding goes and the sculpt goes, way better. Miles better. So anyways, that being said, you go with that one. As far as the comparison goes, it's Kong with a battle axe. And then here we got a Hollow Earth Kong right there. Same thing. Right there. And then here we got is the Tokyo Battle Kong right there. And then last but not least, we got a Snow Kong. Snowy Kong. He comes with his little accessory right there. So which is really cool right there to compare it to as well. So there we go. Alright, so next up we have Skar King with Whiplash. So I actually really like this figure a lot. I love the detailing of this thing. It's a little thinner, smaller, and he's not as hefty as it's a heavy figure. It's solid, but it's nowhere near as Kong with the Beast Glove. And also, he's probably about the same weight as the previous Kong figures, you know. But that tells you something too, because he is a lot smaller. Yeah, I just have to admit, man, this detail, Playmates did a real good job with the detail and everything. So exactly what you see in a movie. So let's go ahead and take his whiplash off. We'll take a close look at it here in just a second. Go ahead and try to stand him up for a minute. If he can stand, should be able to. But yeah, so this is the accessory that he has. And a lot of people think that this is one of the lower jaw and spine from the war bat that we see in the first film, Godzilla vs. Kong, which, you know, could be true. You know, you never know. But this is like a bone-colored plastic. You know, this is the whip that he has that he uses in the film. I don't know how much in the film he uses it with, but it looks pretty cool though. Very deadly. I can see why he uses this thing. So, but like I said, it's very cool accessory. Nice little details, you know. It's not a whole lot of detail because it is bone. So, the jaw right there. And it just clips in like that. So, very awesome. Alright, so let's take a look at Kong himself. Or Skar King himself. Not Kong, my bad. But yeah, I really do like this figure. It's probably one of my favorite ones now. After having this in hand and looking at it, and just the detail is so amazing. So, here's the head sculpt. The eyes right there, it looks like he's just looking up, you know. I don't know if any other collectors that got these figures. I don't know if their eyes are like that as well, but mine are. And I do like to have the shading, the white shading right here on the side with the red face right there. And you got the shading right there, the white on the chest and across the belly and here and a little bit on the thigh. And then, of course, you know, the arms. There you got a little bit of shading right there on the arms, there on the underarms. And so you can tell, like, all this is painted right there with the red striping right there. So it's all good. This is pretty much molded in this red plastic. So everything else you see is pretty much shaded, spray painted on, you know, a little bit. So I do like the fact of how they have the teeth and everything. So that's really cool. Of course, the jaw doesn't articulate. But as far as a way of articulation goes, the head just goes side to side. It doesn't really go up and down a lot, you know, or any at all. But I think that's just because of the way because it's on a ball joint right there. And then the shoulders, you know, you got a ball and hinge right there. Forwards and backwards, side to side. So very cool right there. Single elbow, the hinge, and then it goes side to side. And of course the arms, their hands, not arms, but hands rotate around. So single joint right there, side to side. And then you got the articulation here at the waist right here, you know, or ab crunch. My bad. You got the ab crunch right there. Forwards, backwards. So doesn't go much backwards, but he does go forward pretty well. But that's pretty much about as backwards you're gonna get with him. And then of course, you know, got the feet, you know, at the ball and the hinge right there. So the rotation. So you go out like that. Go out like that. So, and then you got the single knee. No rotation at the knee at all, but just a single hinge at the knee. That's about it. That's about all you're going to get. So as far as the accessory goes, it looks like it's pretty bendy, but you're not going to get, it's not like a wire or anything, so you're not going to get much articulation out of this accessory at all. It's just going to curl up and stuff like that. So you can have him holding it like this, like he about to whip you. So, which is cool. But yeah, this is probably my favorite figure so far. I really like this one. Just trying to get him to stand, that's the thing. So you gotta be able to position it right. Okay. But as far as size comparison goes, we'll just go ahead and bring out Kong with Beast Glove right there. And then we'll just bring out Hollow Earth Kong right here. There. And then for our last comparisons, we'll just bring out Heat Ray Godzilla. So there we go. As far as comparison goes. So very cool. I really do like that a lot. Well, there you have it. That is the review of Skar King with Whipslash and Kong with Beast Glove. So I hope you enjoyed this review as much as I did filming it. And let me know in the comments below what you think of these two and which one is your favorite out of the two. And don't forget, words of wisdom. Buy what you love and not what you like, because if you buy what you like, you always end up getting rid of it. And I will catch y'all later.